Hey, what's going on, y'all? The review is here, and I'm back to give y'all this movie review of American Pie. This is they call it a coming-of-age teen sex comedy film. All right, this was directed by Paul Weitz? This came out in 1999, and this is the Blu-ray plus DVD version. All right, and this is a film that I grew up watching. 1999, I was like 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? So this movie right here was kind of one of my favorites coming up. It was a lot of crazy things in this movie. I'm going to say it stars Jason Biggs as Jim, Chris Klein as Oz, Natasha Lyonne as Jessica, Thomas Ian Nichols as Kevin. If you remember Rookie of the Year, I seen him on there. Tara Reid as Vicky, Mina Savari as Heather, Seann William Scott as Steve Stifler, Kaye Thomas as Finch, Alyson Hanigan as Michelle, Chris Owen as Sherman, he was on Major Payne, and Shannon Elizabeth as Nadia. Eugene Levy also as Jim's dad, and plenty other people. I done listened to a lot of people. All right, so this is the Blu-ray right here, and this is the Blu-ray right here, and this is the DVD. All right, so let's get on with the review because I think I said a lot already. All right, so this movie starts off with Jim in the room, right? So let me first say this is one of those comedies like caught off guard comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like one of my favorites. It starts off with Jim in his room. He's watching illegal channels. I'm not going to say the actual word. And he was, doing a low, playing with himself when he was watching the illegal channel. When he was doing that, the lady and men talking on the TV, and then that's where his mom came in out of the clear blue, telling them good night, right? Soon as they say good night, and his dad too, you hear the TV saying, "Spank my hairy ass," or something like that. Jim's dad's like, "What's that?" Like there's nothing to it. So basically, his mom was like, "Wait a minute, I think he's trying to watch some illegal channels here," or whatever. After that, they took the pillow and the remote from Jim as he was playing. He was trying to play it off. Notice that he had the sock wrapped around his penis. They's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" Blah, 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 whatever. So he just got caught trying to play with himself, and it was some crazy stuff, man. So now it goes to the high school where people being introduced to each other and all that stuff in the school, East Great Falls. Now they're trying to think of ways to lose their virginity. So you got Kevin, talking to his girlfriend Vicky, trying to have sex with her. But in order for her or for him to have sex with Vicky, he has to tell her that he loves her. And he really don't want to say that because he don't want to feel like he's being, he's duping Vicky. That's on that part. And then you got Oz, who is Chris Klein character, trying to, win a girl during the senior prom year. And then you got Steve Stifler. He's a funny guy, man. I'm gonna say more about Seann William Scott's character in a while. Steve is Oz's friend, I guess to say. He just has a vulgar mouth. When he talks like that, Finch gets a little disturbed by that. He don't talk that way. And Finch is one of those guys that's kind of slick with his trying to act like he's not a virgin, but he really is. He's one of those guys. And then you have Jessica, who's been in a situation where she did got duped by one of the guys that she probably spoke with. Heather came along later on in the film. I ain't gonna really speak too much on her. Then Michelle is the geek, the band geek, as she says at the beginning. Instead of playing out instruments regularly, We should play them backwards. It would be so funny. Or something like that. Some crazy stuff. And then you got Sherman as the Shermanator, he says on the movie. And then Shannon Elizabeth as Nadia. She plays this, what's that term? Czechoslovakian chick? She plays as one of those gals that speaks in a certain accent, you know. Hope I didn't say too much about it because I didn't want to say any more spoilers. That's all I'm going to say about the review and what I spoke about previously. I know people had a lot of mixed reviews about this movie, so I'm not going to say this is a classic film because I think to me this is more of a influential film. Meaning a lot of comedies watched this movie before and a lot of us grew up on it. So I would say this is a really nice comedy, raunchy film, I should add, that a lot of us may watch in our lifetime. And remember, these guys are teenagers. So, you know, as a teen, we did a lot of dumb-ish coming up, you know. So I would say this is a really nice film. And I watch this every once in a while, you know, just to kind of reminisce on the way things were. You know, if you watch the movie, there's no social media. There's no BS cell phones out. You know, I can say BS cell phones, but there's no cell phones out like that. You know, it's just people talking freely to each other within each other. You know, they had the internet, but they didn't have like the way things are now. So I kind of watch it to kind of remind myself of, you know, how things used to be back in those times. So I'm going to say that. One of my favorite scenes off of this movie was the part where Nadia was on the computer and they're pretty much watching her do some things. I ain't gonna say what it is. That was one of my favorite scenes off of the movie. Another favorite of mine was when Steve Stifler was trying to get with this female and some things happened. I ain't even gonna say what happened. I don't know what the heck he was thinking. Jim's dad to me was the most underrated character in the film too. He don't get a lot of praises despite that he's not even on the cover. But Jim's dad always gets my attention because he just says a lot of silly things, but it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So that's something that I wanted to say about that. Also to add, I think this movie is I'm putting in quotes, cult classic, because a lot of us that are millennials and even Gen X's, you know what I'm saying, grew up watching this type of movie, you know what I'm saying, because it just has that great memory of alternative music, because I listen to alternative music as well. It has a lot of great music on this movie, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that I've always enjoyed, at least one of the best parts about this movie. So let me flip this over right quick. So notice that it has bonus features such as deleted scenes, outtakes, commentary, you know, with some of the cast and crew. And then it says the unrated version. So there has like extended versions of stuff like that. And then, you know, they got Blu-ray exclusives. So you getting the Blu-ray, it comes with a lot of things that's featured on there. So you definitely get your money's worth. But some people may not care about that. I personally do. Y'all know me. I like the physical copies of movies and albums and stuff like that. But that's it though. I enjoy this film. I still come back to this movie every once in a while to just kind of remind myself that I'm getting older, so to speak. But that's it though. Shout out to all the actors and actresses that was on this movie. Shout out to the director. That's it. I will check out some of the clips on YouTube to see if you might want to watch it if you haven't seen it before. Much love to the real folks. Oh, one more thing. If you wondering about that pie and why it has a hole in it, watch the movie. Watch the movie, man, and you'll see why it has a hole in it. All right. Anyway, that's it. Much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right. Peace out, guys.